Hey, so a little while back, I showed you guys that I bought a closet sauna, which is a portable sauna, and it's already been awesome. I try to do it every 2 days or so, and I also brought it with me to Karat when I was cutting weight, and that was amazing. So if you can put this in the trunk of a car and make weight in your hotel room, it's seriously a load off of the mind. But it's also the using it every 2 days is really good for my muscles. I've actually noticed a lot of really good benefits from doing it that often. But I'm just going to show you how to set it up because it was in a box before. So basically it folds up like this so that you can like stuff it in a corner or whatever. So all you have to do is it's kind of like setting up a tent where you just got to get your like guide poles going. In here, these are just folded up and you just got to undo those. So it gets caught on the bottom a little bit. Alright. So there's one. And the second one. Always a little bit harder, but you can see these seams here. You can see this mud, courtesy of JD. Thank him for that. But you see these seams, that's where you're trying to get your poles to go. And they're all one piece, so you just have to keep pushing them into the corners. It's kind of like putting a fitted sheet on a bed. Alright, so once you get those, the part that you actually sit on is like a bench. So this part's going to flip down like this. And when you flip it down, on these poles that you just opened up, there are these little hooks right here. So you're going to need these to rest inside those hooks. I did not know this the first time that I set up my sauna. And so my seat was actually at an angle, and I'm like, what an odd way to be sitting. I did my entire sauna that way. If you're small like me, that's feasible, but I think for, comfort reasons and for not breaking your thing, you should definitely, figure out how to set it up before doing something stupid like that. Alright, so the hard part is getting these both in at the same time. I used to have my husband help me. Now I can usually do it on my own. Let's see if I can do it in the time of making a video. Alright. Irritating. Alright. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, so now you can see this part is stable, so you can sit on that. Then they include for you 2 pads. These aren't like the most comfortable things in the world, but the poles actually get really hot, so you're going to want to put them in even if you don't fit properly so that they're like, actually cushioning you in any way. So you're just going to pop those in. And I don't wiggle around too much when I'm seated in here, so I actually don't use the Velcro on the bottom of this one. I just place it. And it does have a flap. This is to guard you against the steam on the cooker that goes underneath. So you want that to be in the front. So I just put that there. Then the way the cooker works is it's actually just a rice cooker. And it's got these steam holes on the top. So if yours doesn't come with this and you want to buy a rice cooker, you're going to need to drill some holes in the top. I've already got some water in there. It's so gross in there because of the herbs that you put in. The herbs help promote sweat, and they're also good for muscles in general. When I first got this, it came with some, and they came in like a tea bag, so you just throw the tea bag in there. But you can also buy them. It's a very familiar smell if you've ever been in a massage parlor that has saunas. So you basically, comes like this. It's like a ground tea powder. You're just going to put in what would be like a couple of spoonfuls And you can actually use that a couple of times. I'll show you down in there. So that's just a little bit in there. This is the actual product. That lady in there. And it says that you can use it for 2 to 3 days without changing it out. So you just keep adding water as you go. JD enjoying his bone on the bed. Alright, so there's a hole in the back, which is where the cord's going to go through. The cord is huge on one side, small on the side that actually plugs into the water. So this is the side that I stick through the slot because it's smaller. So it's actually just a little slit in the back, and it's covered by this little flap of fabric so that you don't have a lot of heat escaping. You are going to get some water pooling at the bottom from the steam. So the bottom of your thing gets very wet and you're going to have to dump that out. And it might actually, if you're in there for a long time, it might actually leak through onto the ground. So don't put your sauna on something that can't get wet like a carpet. Put something underneath it. And know that there's going to be water down there that you're going to have to like fold it and, you know, dump it outside or in your shower or whatever your thing is. So your water goes in here. You can do this before putting your bench down if it's difficult in any way. I just grab my cord, plug it into the side of this thing, and the way rice cookers work out here is they're like a toaster. The light goes on and you just pop that thing down and now it's cooking. If you were cooking rice, when it was done, this thing would pop back up and it would be in the warming phase. But because this thing has holes in the top, it just stays in the cooking phase the entire time. So you cover that, get it in there, zip it, cover the top. These are your little hand holes, and you give it maybe like 20 minutes to heat up. You can feel it on the outside when it's ready. You'll feel how warm it is. And for me, I wrap a towel around my neck at the top because the hole's big enough that a lot is going to be escaping out. And when the dog doesn't eat them and destroy them, I have those like travel pillows that you can put around so that your head can kind of like loll around when it's, you know, after 20 minutes worth and you're starting to have a hard time with it. The first 15 minutes are always super awesome, and then anything after 20 minutes, whether it's 1 minute or 15 minutes after 20 minutes, is just really hard. So if you're not cutting weight, keep some cold water within reach when you're in this thing. Sometimes you can kind of like wiggle your hand out and grab something, or have someone help you by handing you water. I keep stuff on the fridge and just drink cold water while I'm in there if I'm not cutting weight. If you are cutting weight, sorry, it really sucks to be that hot. But that's how the sauna works. If you guys get one of these and need to set it up, that's my long-winded approach to showing you how it all works. And then, you know, when you're done, just leave it outside to let it air dry a little bit. Don't fold it back up while it's still wet inside because, you know, mildew and stuff like that. But it's a good product. I like it.